Oh, Judy, it's so good to see you. It's been a long time, it seems like. How have things been going lately?
Oh, Jody, it's so good to see you. I can't tell you how glad I am for us to be able to get together. You know, everybody's been staying at home and we've just all been shut away. And I'm so thankful things are getting better. In fact, John and I are going to go away for a long weekend soon. And I'm trying to get a plan in place for Mom so that she'll have care and I know that she's okay.
Oh gosh, that sounds wonderful. I'm so glad you're going to be able to go away together and get a little bit of time. Do you feel like you need care for your mom the whole time you're away?
We definitely want her to have 24-hour care because we don't leave her alone now. Yeah. And I can't go off and not have that peace of mind that she's safe and going to be taken care of.
Yes, it's so important for you to have that peace of mind and for you to be thoughtful about putting a plan in place while you are away. But what about like an emergency? I'm assuming that you have a plan if something happens, like a backup plan?
What do you mean?
Well, there are many different scenarios, and I don't want to preoccupy you with the what ifs, that caregivers would really need an emergency backup plan. Things change without warning, right, when you're caregiving,
yes.
And especially during a pandemic. But there are situations like, what if you became sick, or what if you had an acute illness and had to go to the hospital? What if you had a delay with just traffic or an accident in the car? Or what if the weather was unpredictable, or you were just, how it is here, the ice. I'm just wondering if you have a plan in place. It would be so important while you think about it to be calm and not rush to make decisions.
Oh, Jody, I would hate to not be there for Mom, but I do know that unexpected things can happen. We've just been very fortunate that they haven't. I can't imagine what kind of stress I would be under if something happened and I was unprepared. Right. I've got to have options. And it's just really scary to think that something could happen and I couldn't get to Mom.
I know.
So can you give me some ideas about things we need to consider?
Sure, Judy. I would think about who you can call on in a moment's notice. Someone, or ideally a few people who you feel you can trust, who know your mom, who can support you in the time of an emergency and have that basic but just necessary knowledge to back you up, or at least be willing to learn how to do that. Keep a list of those personal contacts handy. Maybe you want to put those in your car, in your phone, certainly at home, and make sure that it's, again, people who can support you in a time of an emergency, what kind of help they can offer, and then so those folks can stay connected, you want to share that list among them.
So I need to think about organizing important information, right?
Yes, you're going to be doing a lot of organizing and a lot of gathering of information. So thinking about medical information, legal documents, financial banking information, even information about the house and utilities, and you'll want to gather all of that and maybe organize it even in a binder so that you can easily access it and you can easily update it. This is not something that you want to just throw aside. It's going to be something you refer to ongoing with updates.
So things like her doctors and their phone numbers, any appointments that are coming up, medications and when she takes them and the amounts, all of those things?
Exactly, all of those things. And you also want to be sure that if the medications change, that you update that and note any dietary issues, any allergies, anything that's going to help those who support you understand her care needs better. Are there activities that she enjoys? Are there assistive devices that she uses for mobility? Does she wear glasses? And are there any mental health concerns? She might have some sadness and a little bit of not sure what's going on while you're away. Mm-hmm. So thinking about ways that comfort her, just jotting all of that down will help someone who's taking care of her feel better about knowing what to do.
So it's an ongoing document. It's things that I should add as things change and have things like her power of attorney and her living will and insurance cards, things like that.
Yes, you just keep adding things, but you're exactly right. You want to gather all of that. And one of the other things I would suggest, we know when someone has dementia, it's so very important that they keep to structure and a routine, but even for someone who does not have dementia, jotting down what a typical day is like. When do they like to wake up? When do they like to go to sleep? Do they like a bath or a shower, and what time of day? Maybe again thinking about the activities that they enjoy, what foods do they like, what don't they like, and also jotting down any safety concerns. That will be important. And it's so important, Judy. You're going to have all these documents and you're going to devise a plan, but you have to share it with the people who have committed to helping you, right? So they better understand their role and they understand mom's needs in advance. Are you familiar with Google Doc?
Yes, I use it all the time.
Okay, so that is a great way to create a document that can be easily shared and accessed by the people who are going to be a part of your emergency plan. And you know how technology now helps everybody? Well, they also help caregivers. So there are websites and apps on your phone that can be used to store caregiving information, like carezone.com, caringvillage.com, lots of helping hands. There are many different tools to help you share the information and keep it stored.
Wow, this is really helpful. You know, so far we've been real lucky. Mom's care has not been too strenuous or too stressful, because she does go to the memory care center during the week, and then she's home with us at night and on weekends. But I can see that we need to have a plan in place in case things change, in case my health changes or mom's needs change. So I'll think about all of this.
Yes, it is a lot to think about, and giving you a little more work to do. I do think doing your homework now, again, while you are calm, you're not in crisis mode, you're not in a panic, it's important to just do homework and gather information about programs in the community, senior living facilities, and again, just don't wait until you're in a crisis situation to investigate all those services.
Well, we do have good family support, and I've got good friends like you who I know I can call on, and neighbors who have been real helpful in the past. But you're right, we should know what services are available, and I know so little about the senior communities and the services they provide.
Well, I'm so glad that you have me to help you with that. And also, while you just look at all these different resources, think about asking them cost information, availability, are there any qualifications mom needs to meet to be a part of the program? Maybe even think about, is there any pre-enrollment process, things that you can do in advance so that if you didn't do any type of enrollment, it just makes the process flow a little bit quicker. And since you don't know a whole lot about community resources, again, you have me, but I would recommend calling our navigator at Wellspring Solutions, because they will, our navigator can come out and assess the situation with you and just suggest resources that best meet your needs now or maybe in the future. You know, and Judy, don't forget about home care as an option for several hours of care or overnight care, round-the-clock care. They're there to support you, and if you are experiencing any type of burnout, you know, when your caregiver stress level gets so high that you need an immediate respite break, home care like Wellspring Solutions can step in and offer support, help mom with dressing, grooming, meal preparation, running errands. So there's many different ways that home care can be a support to you.
Is there any other tips I should know, Jody?
Yes, I've given you lots of information, but I'm thinking, you know, you live with mom, but for people who do not live with their loved one, I would suggest having a bag of supplies, whether it be in the car or at your house or at your loved one's home, that has just a change of clothes, maybe some toiletries, extra over-the-counter medications, activities like books or puzzles, just things so that if there's an emergency and they either need to stay with their loved one or bring their loved one back to their home, they have the supplies ready and don't have to go investigating for items. I'm also thinking that the caregiver should know how to reach out to a neighbor of their loved one and make sure they know how to reach out to them if there's an emergency. Knowing the safety protocols and emergency protocols if something happens like a winter storm for the programs that you use, like an adult day center or home care. It would just be good to have all of that information available.
Well, Jody, it's great information and I really appreciate it, but it's just a little bit overwhelming.
Yes, it's very overwhelming, and I am here to help you, and I'm here to be a part of your emergency backup plan. But I also might suggest you have a lot of people in your network of support and family, right?
I do.
I think that you should not feel this is all on you to figure out, because it is a lot. So I would suggest maybe having a family meeting and the goal could be just getting this emergency plan together. Everyone's going to come with a different set of strengths and skills and thoughts about who should be involved in the plan. And then you do want to make sure that once that plan is devised, that again, you share it with the people who you feel will make the commitment, who have made the commitment, they say they'll be part of your plan, and everyone can stay connected.
This is, like I say, it's very helpful. I think I've got a lot of stuff to pull together and get a family meeting set so that we know that if something happens that Mom will be safe.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you found this information helpful, and again, I'm here for you. I hope that you have a wonderful vacation with John with total peace of mind that Mom's taken care of. And it was just, I'm so glad we're still able to visit.
Me too.
And if you need information about community resources, please contact us. You can check us out on our website. You can call our navigator at 336-545-5377. And please reach out if you need resources about emergency backup planning. Thanks so much for watching.